Hello Gemini and welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing something kind of different and really just for fun. So we all have our own little guilty pleasures, whether it's binge watching romantic comedies, taking bubble baths, overindulging in chocolate. It doesn't matter. They just bring us joy. And there's nothing wrong with that. We need that every once in a while. But spirit also has, or our soul also has, kind of like a guilty pleasure when we are really shining our light and exchanging our gifts to those that are around us, really helping to raise the vibration of the universe. Our soul sings. And so today's reading is really to help you better identify with your superpower, right? With your special gifts and how you can really put them out there and share them with the rest of the world. So I have already, it's kind of like a lot of cards. So I pulled some already. I haven't looked at them. And then we're going to go to the tarot and some other oracle cards to get deeper into it. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that we have is the animal spirit cards. And you actually have two here that kind of came out together. So you have the nightingale and the earthworm. Now, it's kind of interesting because the earthworm and the nightingale are kind of opposite. If you think about it, the earthworm lives underground most of the time. And nightingale is a bird, so it flies in the sky. So they live kind of like in two completely different worlds. Gemini, I just realized you are the twins, right? You kind of maybe can relate to this because you have like the underground side of you and the soaring side of you. The other thing is that the nightingale is this really small brown bird that doesn't really get noticed because of, it's just so plain compared to all the colorful birds in the world. And so the nightingale just kind of like doesn't shine until it opens its, mouth and sings. That's when it really does shine. And you might relate to that. You might feel like you're not noticed very much in the world, but you do have a gift. And you just may not use it enough. But when you do, oh my goodness, you shine so brightly. And the earthworm, if you look in this photo, the earthworm kind of like is in a circle. And in the middle is this bright, beautiful color. It's kind of like where the earthworm is shining. That is where its gift is. But it kind of like hides it. To me, the earthworm is a little bit like the hermit card. Kind of like stays away, stays hidden, and stays hidden with their talent. So right off the bat, I kind of feel like this is the universe or spirit coming in and saying that you need to get out of the ground or you need to sing more often because you do have such a beautiful gift. Lots of love and light to share to the rest of the world. And it's time for you to do that. As so many people are awakening, you're kind of being called to share your gifts more often with the rest of the world. So this is in the Witch's Oracle, Be Your Own Magic Oracle cards, I believe it's called. I'll put it in the description below. And it says wings. You never needed those wings to fly. This is really talking about that you have everything you need to fly like the nightingale, right? You have everything you need, but you may be holding yourself back. You could be a little bit like the earthworm and the nightingale, holding back your talents, and you don't really realize just how special you are, that it's time for you to soar. You have everything you need. It's like the magician, right? You also represent the magician. You have everything you need, and it's really time for you to soar and to go out there and share your gifts. Oh my goodness, look at this. Taking shelter. The answers are within. This is like the hermit card. Now, this is really incredible because you have the earthworm going with what is, like the shelter card in the Sacred Traveler. And then you have the nightingale and wings. This is definitely, a symbol that, you are the twins. You are the duality. You are the sky and the earth. And that you have this incredible gift that you need to share with the rest of the world. Okay, wow, I'm kind of, wow, that's a great start. Okay, so now what I pulled one character card and one tool card from the character deck. And so the character card is going to represent what kind of superhero you are. Oh my goodness, the self. So this is you just really standing in your own self. Like, you may not realize it, but your strength, your superpower strength is yourself. Like, you just being you being the nightingale, you being the earthworm. Like, what you have to offer to the world is really all within you. Once again, it's all, you already have all the talents. Like, you don't have to wait for anything. Sometimes this card represents that we kind of self-sabotage because we think, oh, I can't do that until I do blah, blah, blah. And you're waiting for something else to happen. But this is definitely talking about, no, you have what you need. You just need to go out there and do it. Okay, oh my goodness. Your tool is the candle. You could be a light worker. You could be somebody that your whole purpose for being here is to share your light and your love with others. Just, holding yourself and shining through, singing your song, right? Singing your song of love and joy, going ahead and soaring, because when you soar, you're going to inspire others to come out of their cocoon and to soar too. You may have gone through a spiritual awakening and really taken shelter, like really gone within, really looked at who you are, how you got to where you are. And now this is spirit saying, yes, that's true, but it's now time to soar. It's time to go out there and share your gifts. Okay, so let's see with the Wisdom Oracle what you have. Well, let's do the self first. We'll go across here. So you have not for you, friends and colleagues, and balance. So I think there was something in the past that may have ended. A relationship, a job, a career choice. You may have started a business and then, it just didn't prosper. And this is spirit coming in and saying, well, you may have had like a tower moment. It may have gone away in a very traumatic way. That may be why, you became the earthworm and you went underground and took shelter for a while. But this is spirit coming in and just letting you know that it wasn't taken away because there's something like you didn't deserve it or you weren't worthy of it. It was taken away because it was in the way of you being able to shine your light. It could have been a relationship or a job or a career or, it could have even been a habit or a belief system that you've lost that may have really, shaken you up at the time. And because that is no longer in your life, you now are able to go ahead and shine. This is a beautiful, very deep message. I was thinking this was going to be kind of a light reading, but this is really a very deep message that, this, whatever was taken away from you, and I have a heavy energy here. So I'm thinking that it was something really hard for you to lose, but they're just letting you know that it's okay that you lost it because it really has opened you up to allowing you the time or the energy to go ahead and do what you were really meant to do, to shine your light. I also have friends and colleagues here. There could be a chance that you may have lost a lot of friends, colleagues, family members, romance partners when this, tower moment kind of happened. It may be that you lost quite a bit, like more than just a job. Like, it kind of like occurred, and then there was a lot of fallout. That's the word. A lot of fallout. But this is Spirit coming in and saying not to worry about that all of that was not meant to be. That the people that have left your life, they were meant to leave your life because it was to help open you up to something new and to make room for something new. Because remember, before something new can come in, we have to unfortunately lose things. You lose a job so a better job can come in. You lose a romantic partner so someone better can come in. That type of energy. And you have a new soul tribe on the way. If they're not already coming into your life, they will be shortly. Oh, it's beautiful. And that this new kind of life that you're stepping into, your new spiritual awakening, your new taking the spiritual path and going in a direction of your purpose is going to really help you bring more balance to your life. Whatever you had in the past that's not for you, that you've lost, and that's going to be kind of different for everybody, it didn't bring you balance in your life. It was sucking up a lot of your energy, and it was draining you. It was putting out your light. It was putting out your light. It was just too hard for you to shine your light and also deal with the people, the job, whatever that was that you've lost. And so the universe had to kind of eliminate that for you, so that you could go ahead and step into your true purpose. Wow. Okay, so, oh my goodness. Okay, so then here, yes. So with the candle, we have regeneration. We have regeneration. And so you're kind of like rebuilding your life. You're rebuilding your life. Something was taken from you, and now you are having to rebuild your life. And it may seem overwhelming right now, but what you need to know is that, this is part of your soul's contract. You made a commitment to, be with those people or that job or that career that you've lost. And now new people are going to come in and help you. And I have a strong feeling that these new people coming in are going to help you on this next journey, this next chapter where you're going to really start shining your light. Oh, it's so beautiful. And look at this, heart chakra. You're opening your heart chakra through all this. It could be that you had something in the past that's not for you, was something that you chose to do, or people that you chose to be with, but there wasn't a lot of passion. And that doesn't mean that it was a bad job or a bad relationship. It could have been, but there wasn't a lot of love in it. It was kind of almost like you settled in the past. And this is the universe coming in and saying, no, we really need you to shine your light. It is so time for you to really shine your light. It's time for you to spread your wings. It's time for you to sing your song. You've had time to rest and rejuvenate, to be the hermit, to go underground, I just got this, to go underground and to discover what your gift is, to discover that you are the light. Look at how much light is there, how much yellow, right? You had to have time, you had to have whatever crashed down on you. You had to have that crash down on you, as painful as that was, so that you could go and figure out just how special you are. to understand how your light is so needed in the world. And so now it's time to step into this, nightingale type of energy. Wow, this is so incredible. All right, let's go to the tarot and see if we can get some other messages or advice from Spirit. What else do we have here? Anything else? Yep. Well, there's the transformation card, the death card. Anything else? Okay, let's see what we have here. Wow. Okay, so yeah, you have the Seven of Wands. I think in the past you probably had a lot of conflict here, and you're getting on top of that. The Seven of Wands represents that, the major conflict, whether it was internal or external, like you're getting on top of it. You may not be at the finish line yet, but you're getting on top of that. You're starting to understand just how special you are, how bright you are. And, I just got this message, something about like, sometimes we can't see just how bright we are until we're in the darkness. And some of you may have gone into like a dark night of the soul. You saw at least a lot of darkness when you were in this past situation. And it wasn't until you kind of like, I almost want to say like survived through that. And now you're stepping into your thriving mode. Like you had to, unfortunately, go into a dark spot in order for you to recognize just how bright your light is. If that makes sense. That's kind of the message that I'm getting there. Yeah, because, you weren't really sure. Like, I think in the past, when you were in this past relationship, past job, you knew things weren't right, but you couldn't decide whether to follow your heart or to follow your mind. And it's now time to follow your heart, to find more balance in your life, in your job, shining your light. You were in the hermit mode. You've done that, and now you're moving forward. You've been through battle. This is the wounded warrior. You've been through the battle. But you're getting inspired, and this, I really feel, could also be somebody coming in to help you move into this light, to be able to really shine your light, because you definitely have transformed. You've been through a major transformation. And once again, you might still be, you might be sitting there saying, I think I'm still in it, but it's okay, because look at, you have the Chariot. This is also the victory card. You're going to be victorious in this. You're going to move on, and it's going to be extremely successful. I have a feeling some of you may be thinking about starting a new career, a new job, something like that. And whatever you're choosing to do, it's going to be based on what you see yourself as a spiritual, maybe healer, mystic. Some of you might have become psychic, a light worker of some sort. And taking that and going, flying with it. Just definitely flying. And think about it. The Knight of Wands is very fast moving energy. Like this person or this inspiration, it doesn't necessarily have to be a love interest, although, the Knight of Wands can be, but be careful of that, because sometimes that's a little bit of a player energy. But I really think that this is just like you getting caught up in your own inspiration, your own creative ideas about how to shine your light, about how to raise the vibration of the collective, about putting it out there. And look at her face. It's just so sweet. It's just kind of like carefree. It's like you're not going to have to work hard at this. because in the past you may have felt like, you weren't good enough, you weren't colorful enough, you weren't, the nightingale is small, the nightingale is like a nighttime bird, right? Like you just felt like you didn't fit in with all the other birds, and you may not have even tried your voice. And now all of a sudden you're like, no, wait a minute. My voice is beautiful. I'm going out there and I'm going to share it. And when you do, it's just going to be effortless, because you're going to be in yourself. You're not going to try to be like any of the other birds, right? You're going to say, I'm going to be Gemini. I'm going to be me. And it's going to be beautiful. Like, all of this lovely abundance and balance is going to come in. You're opening your heart chakra, not only to others, but also to yourself. You're embracing your love for yourself. You're embracing your love for the universe, for spirit, for just everything. Oh, it's so, I just get this like overwhelming kind of like energy with this. Okay, let's look at the creativity oracle. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, I'm about to cry. It says push. Don't feel inadequate. Forget how to quit. Push on, no matter how things look. This is you. Like, it's time to, I guess, fly out the window. Please don't fly out of a window. But you know what I'm saying? Like, she's leaving the castle. And she's like, yes, I'm ready to go out into the world. I'm ready to shine my light. I'm ready to do it. And, there may be some obstacles along the way, but guess what? I really feel like the universe is going to bring you the people that you need on your path so that you are successful in this. Oh, it's so lovely. Okay, let's get you a love oracle card. And Gemini, if you're enjoying this reading, I would really appreciate it if you would like, share, and subscribe. I'd love to also read your comments. Okay, this is your love oracle. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. And it's not just like your relationships of love. Those are so important. That's why we're here. But I think it's really about you just sharing your love with the world, sharing your light, right? Just like putting it all out there and realizing just how special you are. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to get, I love these, the universe cards. So let's see what we have here. You are destined for greatness on the wings of love. Oh my gosh. Like, you have the wings. You are so ready to fly. Like, the wings just keep coming up in this. Okay, on the back, it says, to clarify, the primary roles of love are not to heal, fix, or mend, not to soothe, cure, or ease, not even to refresh, rejuvenate, or restore, hardly. The primary roles of love are to yahoo, yeehaw, and woohoo. Get your love on, the universe. And you know what? I think in the past, you may have tried to share your love with the world, but it may not have been, accepted in the way that you were trying to, because you felt like it's kind of like you may have been trying too hard. Does that make sense? Like, you may have been trying to heal too many people or fix or mend other people, or maybe even yourself. But now what you're doing is you're realizing that love is freeing. Like, in the past, when you were trying to share your light or your love with others in your life, it may have felt like a lot of work. Like, you were like really tied up, right? Really tied up, and really maybe wanted to get away from people, right? Because it almost like zapped your energy. And now what you're realizing is that, love is just about love. about just putting it out there and not having any expectations, and not, you know, not having people in your life that were expecting so much from you, or expecting expecting you to love them in a certain way. That's what I'm trying to say. So anyway, this is so lovely. Okay, so we're going to get an angel message to close this out. Oh, Gemini, this is just so uplifting. Surrender. Remain positive about the future of our planet, for all is part of humanity's evolution. There is a divine order to all the chaos which you perceive in our world. Nothing will ever truly change until we learn to love and accept all as it is. Lovingly surrender your judgments and expectations, and your life will magically transform. And that's what this is saying, right? It's kind of like we have certain expectations on love, or the people we're with have certain expectations. And in the past, you may have just wanted to go underground and hide because it was just like too much for you to handle, especially if you're a light worker, right? Like a lot of you might feel like you are a light worker. But it's time just to surrender, to realize that you're here for a reason. You're here to shine your light. Just shine it. No expectations. Just shine it. Don't expect anything from others, and don't allow them to, put their expectations onto you. Just love. Just love and shine your love and light to all. Well, Gemini, I have really enjoyed this reading, and I hope you have too. And I wish you lots of love and light in this situation and in all your situations. Bye for now.